the death.
This chapter is esoterically entitled Death, because the one who begins to disintegrate their defects starts to step out of the circle where all of humanity is trapped. So, when others are about to invite them to commit a misdeed, they say, "It's useless, that one is dead," because they do not follow the path of the rest of humanity. Every human being carries within themselves a divine spark called soul, buddhata, or essence. Well, it has different names, but in reality, it is a divine spark that propels us and gives us strength to undertake a spiritual work, like the one I am teaching you here. That essence or soul is trapped within all our wickedness, defects, or psychological selves, which esoterically are called ego. These are the ones that do not allow the essence to manifest freely because they are the ones that take over the voice and command of the person. However, with the work of the disintegration of the defects, the essence begins to grow, gets stronger, and starts to manifest itself with more clarity and more strength. It gradually transforms into soul. I'm going to give you an example. This tree stands on its main roots. They don't nourish it. They only support it against the winds and its own weight to keep it from falling, from collapsing. And its tiny roots are the ones that spread on the surface of the earth, absorbing the sap to feed it. It is the same for the ego within us, or of humanity. The thick roots that support the tree symbolize the capital defects, like lust, revenge, anger, pride, and others. And the small roots represent the details, those tiny manifestations that belong to one or another defect, but those are its sustenance. The ego is fed by all those tiny details, which we have in great quantity. We must begin to self-observe, to see the thousands and thousands of negative details that we have, which are the ones that support the trunk. This process must be done by everyone who wants to save themselves from the disaster that is coming. We must start removing the nourishment from that tree, which are the tiny roots. Negative details like bad thoughts, hatred, envy towards others, ambition, stealing coins and insignificant things, telling lies, speaking words filled with pride, greed. In short, all those things that are basically negative, one must commit to disintegrate them seriously. There's another divine spark within us called the Divine Mother, whose mission is to disintegrate the defects with a lance that she possesses. No matter how small the detail may be, we must ask the internal Divine Mother, "My Mother, pull this defect out of me and disintegrate it with your lance." She will do so because that is her mission, to assist us in that way so that we can liberate ourselves. This way the tree will not grow anymore but will become malnourished. It will dry up. What I teach here is to put it into practice, into action. Wherever you go, whether you're working or doing anything else, you must pay attention to the mind, the heart, and the sex. Those are the three centers through which any defect manifests. And when an element is manifesting through any of these three centers, the petition to the Divine Mother follows immediately, so that she proceeds to disintegrate it. With this work that I am pointing out regarding the death of the ego, one acquires the scientific chastity and learns to love humanity. Those who do not work on the disintegration of defects can never achieve chastity or feel love for others because they do not love themselves.
Anyone working in the mastery of fire must daily ask their Father, who is in secret, for a lot of help. It is urgent to implore our inner God to repeat within our inner consciousness the miracle performed by Jesus when he drove the merchants out of the temple with a terrible whip of will. Only the beloved can expel those intrusive egos from the temple of our consciousness. Those temple merchants sabotage the great work. It is those evildoers who extinguish the temple candles. That is the great problem.
Watch and pray was the legacy Christ left to the bold. To watch is to do everything awake. To pray is to feel a burning desire to be, but whoever prays and watches, even if they do so imperfectly, will receive generous help and will learn to receive it generously as well. The help is here, and it is now. You cannot watch without praying, and you cannot pray without watching. I will continue walking with her, because only with her and in her am I awake.